I believe this project is really a good starting point really to prove even mainly for the younger people, like the younger generation, the younger student who are really seeing international development being one way to even change like a continent like Africa. Because if this project is being done by African students themselves, there is one way that this can really be something that they can learn to expand, being something starting maybe for instance with Grace Rwanda, but they can expand to other countries. And it can actually be a movement to prove that even though we leave our own continent, like our own countries, to come and study abroad, we still continue to make a difference. And especially when you come in as a younger generation, you are bringing new ideas, new initiatives that can actually go and transform Africa. My name is Elizabeth Mujamalia Johnson, and I'm the co-founder of Grace Rwanda Society, which is a non-for-profit organization based in Langley, BC. And we are currently working in Rwanda, providing reading books to children and youth in Rwanda through the youth district centers, libraries. I started Grace Rwanda mainly because we wanted really to go and make a difference and impacting even one child or two children at a time. If we are trying to introduce literacy at a younger age, these kids are going to be the one who are going to actually be becoming the readers of tomorrow, and they will be the one who are going to be continually introducing this culture to other people, which is going to lead them to better education as they are moving forward. I can say that the main challenge that we are facing currently is securing funding to be able to do what we committed to do. We are believing that by a country like Rwanda, where reading culture is non-existent, unless we can provide the reading centers, like a small library or community libraries, where at least you can, if someone wants to read, can go and be able to hold a book and even borrow it and take it home. There is no way the reading culture can be established. So we are looking into expanding the work, making sure that every district can get a library. And I don't think we can reach that with the level of small fundraising we are making day to day. We are really looking into getting major funding to be able to provide this libraries throughout the country, so every child can be able at least to have the basic reading materials not far from where they live in the rural areas. I'm seeing Grace Rwanda as an organization that is going to be as a model of a diaspora-based organization that's working in international development. Again, promoting ownership, as I said, because if we are believing that we are trying to impact what we lived before when we were young, we will come in with that mentality of doing what we are doing because we own it. Like we are trying to make a difference in our own people. And that's why I see Grace Rwanda moving forward towards. And we are looking also into trying to expand. So even the challenge we have been facing for funding, we can go beyond that by starting a social enterprise initiative, which we are now developing. So we can continue, we even do the diaspora as it is, we can also add a component of showing that charitable organization can actually get self-sustainable if they really change the strategy on how they see international development. So that's what we are working on. And I believe as we are moving forward with this model that we are developing of Grace Rwanda as a volunteer and also social enterprise entity that will continue to fund all our projects, it can be a model that maybe many countries can learn from Rwanda being like the base, and then it can be duplicated in other countries as we are moving forward. So I believe as we are moving forward, if we continue to get the support from the government of Rwanda and getting the support from our donors really to believe in what we are doing, we can really make this model of proving that volunteerism added on to charity or the philanthropic organization really aiming to do some business that will focus on social business, we can make a big difference in terms of being sustainable and not all the time relying on funding that will come from outside. So they can come within the country where the beneficiaries are being the one who are owning the project and the businesses of what we are doing. I think one of the highlights is that we are going as people who lived extreme poverty, and we're going back to impact those who are living it now. So we can really tie what we lived with what we are doing, which is actually leading to that ownership and commitment to say that we are doing what we are doing because we know that it's going to make an impact, because we can relate to us when at that time we were living the same way. But the other thing that is really, I can say it's a highlight for Grace Rwanda, being one of the international, an organization that is working in international development, just relying on volunteers. It's one of the highlights that actually, within the 5 years we've been in existence, I can say it has opened my eyes. Because sometimes we think that we can do much because of funding or with the money we get, but at least even people can continue to believe that they can make a difference. Sometimes it doesn't require money, like time-wise. We have been relying on volunteers doing everything, even going back to Rwanda. Some of them, they're going with us to help us set up libraries. And, using volunteers international organization has really impacted me the way I see international development. And I believe if many people can really rely on that as a volunteer, using the volunteerism as one of the tools to impact people in need, so much can get done faster. I believe without literacy, there is no way you can move on and go to higher education.